Welcome to the day 2 of the men's air pistol final for the world team selection. We've joined the commentary a little late here, but what we got going is the guys are in their record fire. They've shot their first series of 3 shots, and they're working on their second series of 3 shots. So after this 6 shots, they'll go into a 1 shot at a time mode, and every 2 of those they'll have an elimination. So right now they've fired all 6 shots. Well, actually they have not. They've fired the first 3, and they're still working on. Some of the guys are still working on their second set of 3 shots. Nick Maurer is leading. He's on a pretty good pace, Keith. I think Keith Sanderson's here with me, commenting on the final, and I think Nick's got a pretty good pace going, averaging above a 10-1, actually 10-2.
Which is what he wants to do. Yeah. Which is what he needs to do, because yesterday he didn't do so well. And today he didn't do so well. Actually, right now, mathematically, Will Brown's already won the selection match. He's 16 points ahead of, before this final, Jason Turner, who's in second place with the overall aggregate right now. Okay, he's 1 point ahead of Beeman.
So Will Brown had a 583 yesterday, and what do you have today?
579.
579. Okay.
So which is a pretty good score. It comes close to making a final at a World Cup, and here was the top score again this morning.
Okay, so the top score. And also in our final, we've got Nick Maurer, Jason Turner, Brian Beeman, some of the usual suspects, and then James Henderson, who's AMU soldier who's come on in this last year and jumped into the national team in the upper rankings. John Zurich, a resident athlete here at the Olympic Center. Alex Chichkov, he is one of our junior team members, doing very well. And another junior team member, Marshall Matters. So it looks like they've all got their second set of 3 complete. And the rankings now, Will Brown, Nick Maurer by 4/10 back, 8/10 to Jason Turner. And then pretty close, Keith, still. We got 4th to 4/10 and 5th 4/10 back. So pretty close match going here as they enter their next 2 shots. And the next 2 shots will determine the first elimination. Right now, Marshall Matters is on the bubble. He's 1 point back to stay in.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like Jay-Z and Eminem are fighting. Oh, no, they just moved up.
Okay. Yes.
They were fighting for last place.
Okay. But
am I incorrect in that assumption? It was no. Jay-Z and Eminem.
That's true. So now they've all shot their first shot here after the first 2 series, and Marshall Matters is on the bubble. He had an 8.1, which has put him back quite a bit. He's 3.2 behind Chichkov. He's got 1 shot to make that up, so mathematically he's in a tough spot.
He needs someone to make a mistake, which is possible in air pistol. There's a lot of pressure. This is the second day of the selection match, so it's a little bit different. They're a little bit more tired now than what they were the first day, so the endurance becomes an issue.
Okay. And the leaderboard at the top's tight between Maurer, Brown, Turner, Henderson. You've got a point, or actually about 2 points, and that's not much with a lot of shots left to go.
Oh.
Alrighty, so the guys are shooting their second shot. The top of the board here, you see a clock ticking down. They get 50 seconds to shoot this shot. And so with about 20 seconds gone, it looks like everybody has just finished their second shot. Maurer with a pair of nice 10s is leading, followed by Brown, 1.1 back, and then 7/10 to Turner, and then again it's close all the way to 6th place, with very tight. So, but we have our 8th place finisher. Marshall Matters just finished in 8th after that series.
So we aren't going to get the shoot off between Eminem and Jay-Z, which is unfortunate.
We won't. But
but he had a good showing. So
he did. He did. So next up on the bubble is Alexander Chichkov. He's got 2 shots to stay in. He's going to make up 2.4 points on John Zurich to stay in this competition. So they've just started their next shot. A couple guys have shots downrange. Ooh, Chichkov has a 9.2. It's going to put him back a little bit depending on what Zurich shoots here.
Zurich's experienced enough of a shooter. I don't think he's going to launch anything too bad.
Okay, so they fire their shot, and Zurich did have a 10-3, so he moved up. And now with 1 more shot to the next elimination, Chichkov is 3.2 back of Beeman. So tough spot. We'll see what they do. And at the top of the board, they changed. Maurer is now 8/10 on Brown. And Turner just 2/10 behind. And Henderson 3/10 behind Turner. So still very tight at the top.
Beeman right now has an overall advantage going into this final of 2 points over Henderson, who's in 4th, for holding on to 3rd place, that is.
Oh, for the team slot.
For the team slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way the team selected is it's their day 1 qualification plus day 2 qualification plus points for how they finish in the final. So we just shot our second shot. I guess we got one more guy to shoot his second shot. And now it's official. Chichkov will finish in 7th today with a 19 on that series. And so remaining in the final are Maurer, Henderson, Turner, Brown, Beeman.
Now these are all really good final scores for the old final. We have a 102.3, which is outstanding.
Yeah.
Anything over 100 is good, world class. It's what you want to see in World Cups. And even 99s are good. They won't necessarily medal in it. Well, you won't move up a whole lot of points in a World Cup. I mean, you won't move up any really with a 99, but it's close.
Okay. Alrighty. So we have.
If she went to lunch because you want to talk with her after your meeting.
Sorry, conversation.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard a rumor that you
What?
the world is progressing for you.
Might just click on mute there.
I got a job today.
Okay, back live commenting with the final here. We've got one shot into the next elimination. John Zurich's on the bubble, about a point behind Brian Beeman. So not way out, but he needs a good 10 here.
And everyone above him is averaging a 10. So that's everyone's shooting really, really good. So Jay-Z has to get something great.
Okay, he shot a decent shot there. Not enough to keep him in. He had actually a good shot, 10-6, but not quite enough. He made up some of his lag there, but he still ends up 0.6 behind 5th Beeman. So John Zurich will be the next one to be eliminated in the final and finish 6th today. So
and then it's really tight for the bronze. The bronze medal separated by 0.4 of a point.
Oh, wow, yeah.
3rd through 5th place.
And yeah, that's Brown, Turner, Beeman. And Henderson's just 1.2 back of Maurer. Not insurmountable. We still have a few shots to go here. So next series is starting. They're going to shoot 2 more shots to the next elimination here. And every time you see that clock go from start at 50 seconds, that means the next shot is coming. I don't know what's kind of average there, probably in that 10-12 second range of a hold. You start shooting your pistol shot.
Well, from when you lift to when you shoot that first shot, it's probably I'd say between 15 and 20 seconds.
Okay.
If they don't start right away, some shooters want to get a little bit of a head start on it, and they're ready to go right away.
Because there's not much time to reset in that 50-second window there. And it looks like they've all got their shots downrange. Beeman fell back a bit. He's with a 9.5. He's only one of the 5 without a 10. So he's 0.9 on the bubble, which means he needs a little help here from Will Brown or Jason Turner to stay in this final. He's going to have a good 10, and one of those have to make a mistake. So we're about to start our next shot, and then here it goes.
And the interesting thing is Beeman basically just shot 13 10.0s in a row, and he's on the bubble to get eliminated in 5th position.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah.
It speaks a lot for the U.S. team now.
Yeah, the quality of the final here is high. So Beeman had a, well, actually, let's see where he's at here. Oh, we've got a couple guys. Okay. All the shots are downrange now, and indeed, Beeman will end up on finishing 5th today. He's 1 point back of Henderson. So remaining in the final, we've got Nick Maurer, who increased his lead with a couple excellent shots there, 10-7 on that last one. Now he's got a 1.9 advantage on Turner, who's got 4/10 on Brown, and 2/10 to Henderson. Henderson's on the bubble now, but he's really not. I mean, it's very close. So
yeah, just 2/10. Now, and Beeman had a 9.8, but he would have needed a 10.8 just to tie.
Okay.
And a 10.9 if he didn't want to have a shoot-off. Shoot-offs are a lot more fun, though. I was kind of hoping for that.
Yeah, in the shoot-off, if the athletes are tied for elimination, they'll shoot an immediate shoot-off. It doesn't add to their score. It just determines who's going to stay in at that moment. So could end up with a shoot-off here with this group at the top here. They're all pretty tight. They're on their next shot in the next elimination series. Ooh, Turner's got a 9-3 there. And let's see what Henderson gets. Henderson's holding a long time. We're down under 10 seconds. And he's got a 9-4, so...
Got him by a 10th.
Yeah, so with 1 shot to go, Henderson's half a point behind Turner to stay in the match. Not insurmountable by any stretch, but he needs a good shot here. And Maurer keeps chugging along. He's increased his lead to 2.2 over Brown. So right now, really, you're looking at, well, really, Brown, Turner, and Henderson, pretty tight group there. But 5/10 for Henderson to stay in. And then
Nick has a pretty, not insurmountable, but he has a pretty strong lead right now for air pistol.
Yeah.
And now this is the medal round. Now the next 2 shots are going to determine who the medalists are for today.
Yep. So it looks like... All right, our shots are coming in.
Oh.
I think everybody's got shots in now, and Turner actually with a 9-2, and Henderson with a 10-8. Henderson just saved himself there on the elimination. He's back in the final in good shape. And our 4th place finisher. Yeah, our 4th place finisher is going to be Jason Turner today. And so now we're down to the medalists, remaining Maurer, Brown, and Henderson. Henderson half point behind Will Brown in silver, and Will Brown just a point behind Maurer. So Maurer struggled a bit on that series, but he's still got a lead.
That 9-0 didn't help him.
Yeah. As Keith's been saying, it can change a lot in a shot, and sure has in this last 2 series here. We're now in our next series. This will determine, these next 2 shots will determine at least 1 medal, the bronze medal.
And Nick with another 9-2, that's not going to help him out very much.
He's just trying to be dramatic, bring those other guys back in, apparently. And Henderson with another 10, nice 10-2. So now, with 1 shot to go for the bronze medal, 1 shot to go, it's tied between Brown and Henderson's just 5/10 behind Maurer. So it's really anybody's bronze at the moment.
So right now in the overall egg, it looks like Henderson just overtook Beeman, who had him by a 2-point advantage going into this. But now he's over 2 points. He's over 2 places above him, so that's 2 more points here.
Ah, okay.
So
in the overall team selection standings, yeah.
Right. He's still behind Turner, but he can gain that up too.
Okay, so next shot has started. We'll start seeing him come in. Maurer's got a 10-5 from Maurer, which is going to help him.
Which is good.
And Henderson a 9-6. And Will a 10-6. So looks like Henderson's going to be our bronze medalist today. Good fight in the final. Pulled himself up, but he will finish 3rd today. And now remaining 2 more shots to determine the gold medal. Maurer's just got 4/10 on Brown. And when they're in a final, it's always a good fight between the 2 of them.
Well, they've been friends for a while, and they've trained here for years.
Yep.
So now Will is typically the better air pistol shooter, and Maurer is the free pistol shooter of the group. But today, Mauer's trying to exert his air pistol dominance.
That's right, in the final.
In the final, because he didn't do very well in qualification.
Yeah. So
kind of abysmal.
So looking here, we've got, all right, Mauer's got a 10-2. Now it's up to Brown. Got a 10-0. Okay, so just 6/10 with 1 shot to go for the gold medal, just 6/10 difference.
So Mauer needs to shoot a 10-3 to be guaranteed at least a tie.
Okay.
Which isn't that hard to do. But it's also pretty easy to shoot a 9-3 in air pistol.
Yeah. Okay, their timing has started. They're aiming. I think we'll see a shot in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, Will usually shoots pretty quick. He's confident in this. This is his strong event. And there's really no pressure on him. He's already got a 16-point lead. So, for the overall.
Okay. And
Will with a 10-3 and Mauer with a 9-4, and Will Brown takes it.
Yeah, Will Brown caught him on the last shot, 3/10. So Will Brown with a strong finish here is our gold medalist today. And actually, you look at his last few series, he's averaged a 10.1 and a half.
2.1 is, that's averaging a 101, which will move you up in last year, the year before in World Cups.
Yeah. No,
101's a good air pistol score, and 2 of them in back-to-back is really good.
Yeah, very consistent. And Mauer, too. He had a good final today and ends up silver by 3/10. But that'll finish us out today in the men's air pistol match. And look for our final results and team selection printout will be on the USA Shooting website shortly. Next up, we've got the ladies sport pistol final at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, or 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Hope to see you then.